Farmhounds offers natural treats and chews made with quality products that support family farms, regenerative agriculture, and humane farming practices. Give your dog the best with wholesome, organic ingredients that promote health and happiness. Shop now at farmhounds.com.
The wrongs we must right. The fights we must win. The future we must secure together for our nation. This is what's in front of us. This determines what's next for all of us. We are Marines. We were made for this.
This is a Rogue Media Network podcast.
I tried to fight all through the night, deep in the heart of Texas. The trailer park is nice and dark, deep in the heart of Texas. That drinks his brew and he spits his chew, deep in the heart of Texas. The TV blares, but no one cares, deep in the heart of Texas. Here we go!
Hey there, everybody. Welcome to Bois, King of the Hill podcast. I'm Mike.
And I am still rusty.
He's still rusty and he's still alive. So welcome to Friday.
Yep.
That Ain't Right Friday. And one of the
We got a
things...
doozy. This is a doozy, I feel
Well,
like.
I mean, one of the things that people have talked about a lot is this new thing with Bobby. Now, you got sick before we could actually talk about this.
Yeah,
on
I'd
the
sent
show,
it to you
I
like a
believe.
couple days before I got
Yeah.
sick. So I'll go ahead and do the setup for it. So Gray Delisle, who is a voice actor, she kind of teased this thing on Instagram, and I think it was on accident because it was later obviously deleted and retracted.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like it was an accident. But what they gave us was it's a picture of it's like a character sheet. You know what I mean? Like.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like they had multiple ones set up in the room. If this isn't the only one in the room, but it's Bobby aged up with a little 5 o'clock shadow, and he's in a chef outfit with a little black chef hat on. And I thought it was really cool to get to kind of see this like inside peek at what we're gonna be seeing in couple of months. I hope it comes out.
So
early
underneath
2025.
the photo, it says Chef Bobby Hill has loved food his whole life, from
Yep.
weeknights around the dinner table eating his mom's spa, Peggy, and meatballs, to overindulging in lutefisk
lutefisk.
at church potlucks.
Burnt the church down.
To celebrations with family and friends at it says Luby's, but it's Luli's
Luli's cafeteria. Yeah,
food
yeah.
and the people it's enjoyed with are the foundation for his best memories. In fact, his career as a robata chef was inspired by his most cherished memory of all, weekends spent grilling with his dad.
What is robata?
I don't
wonder.
know.
I don't know either.
A self-taught chef and one of the youngest contestants on King of the Grill, Chef Hill believes good food can solve any problem. He draws on the influences of his childhood by combining classic Texas dishes with flavors from around the world. With Robata chain, Chef Hill hopes to honor the art of Japanese robata and the German heritage of the Texas Hill Country while pushing culinary boundaries through his innovative fusion dishes. Now that it says art of Japanese robata, maybe
Makes
we do
a little
get
more sense about his. Okay, so I'm looking up robata real fast.
But I'm
for
saying
us.
maybe we do get a Junichiro.
Oh, okay.
You know?
Yeah. So robata is, you know how, let's see here. It's a Japanese style of grilling. It's an ancient tradition that originated with Japanese fishermen.
Okay.
They use small boxes in their boats, burning charcoal to cook their lunch on each day while they fished. So there's 7 techniques for preparing dishes in Japanese cuisine: steaming, frying, raw, sushi, tempura, sweet, and robata. So it's where they have small portions of food are cooked on binchotan charcoal, which produces very high temperatures without flames and gives the food a special aroma.
Charcoal.
So I'm thinking if it's like one of those places where you go to eat and they give you like all the portions of the food and then you have that grate that's like where you cook it at the table yourself kind of thing.
Yeah.
I think that is what Robata is. So
but think about this. It's charcoal.
yes.
So what are you going to do?
That's the funny part of it.
Uh-huh.
That's the funny part of
Yeah.
it is that it is a charcoal thing that he's doing here. But I like that they also say that he adds elements of German cuisine as well, because anybody that doesn't know anything about Texas in the 1800s
Yeah.
was flooded by Germans and Polacks.
Oh, absolutely.
Polish, German, Slavic, not Slavs, Czech people.
Slavic, though. I mean, yeah.
Yes,
sure.
I guess that's Slavic.
Yeah.
Czechoslovakians. It was flooded by those people from that region of the world, and there's a lot of German culture in Texas Hill Country,
Mm-hmm.
and we don't live in Texas Hill Country. We are adjacent to Texas Hill Country. We're part of the plains of Texas where we live, but we live near Hill Country, and both of us have spent a lot of time in Hill Country.
Oh, yeah.
And there's a lot of German influences in Texas. You get a lot of kielbasa. You get a lot of sweet treats, like German sweet treats. We've got the Czech Bakery, which is world renowned, 12 miles up the road in West Texas. So there's a lot of German influences in Texas, and I like that they kind of throw in the Japanese thing too, because as we just finished the penultimate and season finale of King of the Hill, which was all in Japan, it kind of speaks to his heritage, his uncle's heritage. So I kind of hope they kind of bring Junichiro into it with this new Japanese German.
Well, there's
fusion.
also that King of the Grill comment. So I'm assuming
like
that
that.
he's on like a cooking show. Is what it sounds like.
Yeah,
you know?
it's what it sounds like. It sounds like a Netflix special or something that you would have, some Netflix show or something.
Which I think
King
that
of the
opens
Grill.
up the boundaries for some folks to return, some folks that I like it when they go through a show like this and they bring back little known characters that just like pop-ins and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So having Junichiro would be
well,
be
Junichiro
very
was
cool.
in that. I'm pretty sure he's in the wedding episode.
He is. Yeah, because I mean everybody's in that. But
Yeah, they
it
have
would be
everybody
cool if
there.
he's like in the audience watching this, or if he gets on FaceTime or something and helps him get through it or whatever. I think that would be kind of cool. The charcoal versus propane thing, that's built in because of the style of cooking. I don't think this show is going to have a hard time finding things to talk about. I don't think it's going to have a hard time
There's so
finding
much
plot points and stuff like that.
Yeah,
It's
there's
just-
so much to go off of.
they built so much of a world, and then now basically anything could have happened in the last 15 years.
Well, not only that, Mike, lot of the people that are coming back
Yeah.
are people who wrote. They've got writers that are coming
Sure.
back that wrote on season 1, so they're bringing back. It's like the boys are back in town. You know what I mean? It's
But I'm
like
s-
the Blues Brothers are getting back together. You know what I mean? It's not, and that's the thing where I hate how many naysayers and retractors and everybody saying, or detractors, and people say, oh, this, that, and the third.
Yeah.
It's the original creators. It's
Sure.
the original art director. It's Wes Archer. It's the original writers, some of the original writers. It's some of the original producers. And it's all done in-house at their own studio
Sure.
that they now own. So it's an evolution point, I feel like. And I feel like with all of these elements and factors into it, it can't go wrong. Like it's not that a lot of reboots don't have the original
Sure.
people. It might be the creator attached to it still,
Sure.
but nobody brings back the original art crew.
No,
Nobody
not
brings
many.
back the
Yeah,
original
not many at
writers and
all,
the
yeah.
producers.
Yeah.
So the fact that it's still all the people that created all the good stuff that we've already watched and love makes me more, like geared up for it. I
I'm
feel
just
like
saying
it's
you've got that
hopeful.
you've got that 15-year time jump anything could have happened in that time.
Yeah, there's
so that
much
makes
to
it
talk about.
so much easier to write. That you can bring in things that happened in the last few years, or you can just make shit up. Either way, I think it's very fertile ground, and the time jump to me makes a lot of sense. It just seems like it makes it a lot easier to write. I am hoping, from what I understand, it's supposed to be around fall of this coming year. Is when we're supposed to get these things. And so crossing my fingers, hoping to not die. I'm very much looking forward to it. I think it could be one of Judge's best projects ever. If he's able to do this, people are going to be falling in line.
There's one thing that about the Dales thing that here in that article that you just read from the at the very end of the article, it says fans worry that they'll move forward with a silent Dale. Okay, so I don't think a silent Dale is a thing, but then again, it says here, or even worse, an electrolarynx due to his years of chain smoking. So what if they bring back?
Oh my
Dale?
God, I didn't even think about that.
I didn't either. So I
think you should go. Oh, that is great.
Yeah.
I love that.
They say even worse.
If somebody's
I don't think
griping
that's
about
that
that,
bad.
you're full of it. That's a
I don't think
fantastic
that's
way
bad.
to do his voice.
I think that would be a great way to do his voice in an homage to Dale as a
shit. I
smoker.
didn't even think about that. That's
But
great.
The reality of it is it'll probably be somebody who could either do his voice that damn good, or they'll do AI.
Yeah, but shit, how much would he actually love the fact that they were playing that character that way? I think
it's more.
Oh, what a fitting homage to him.
Fitting.
Oh,
I think
my
it's more
God.
fitting. I feel like Johnny Hardwick as a guy that
Such a good
is like unapologetically himself as far as voice actors go. He didn't ever play no charade or nothing like that. He used to walk around Rainy Street before Rainy Street became this big corporate clusterfuck that it is now. He used to walk around Rainy Street barefoot with his dog, and people actually thought he was indigent. He thought he was a homeless guy.
Right.
So like he was true to himself in that aspect or that sense. So I really think that wouldn't be so bad of an idea, the larynx thing.
No, it's a good idea.
I think it would be more
apropos
than them using AI-generated voice for him.
That would be so cool. All right, well, if you've got thoughts on it and how Bobby you think are going to turn out, how you think his relationships are going to turn out, stuff like that, they can send it to bwaakoth@gmail.com.
That's 3 A's, BWAAA.
We are happy to read it out and call you out,
also,
unless
voices,
you don't want us
Mike,
to.
Voices, don't forget to tell them about the voices. Anybody that's got a good King of the Hill character voice.
Yeah, it could be any of the characters.
If it's Bobby.
Any of them.
I don't care if it's Luann.
Yeah.
We need more
I'd love to start a spinoff.
voices, and what we want to do is we want to do bonus content for our fans with your
stuff
voice.
from their world.
Can't pay you, but you'll be able to be a part of the #1 King of the Hill podcast in the world in doing so, and we will give you credit as well. We'll make sure that everybody knows who the voice is if you want credit for the voice.
Well, guys, once again, thanks for joining us. We appreciate you joining us on a short Friday.
Friday.
We will see you next Monday, and there's one thing left to say.
Oui, Matanye.
Oui, Matanye, indeed. This has been a Rogue Media Network production. Elevate your experience with Grenco Science, the leaders in cutting-edge vaporizers. Whether you're at home or on the go, our sleek, powerful devices deliver smooth, consistent hits every time. Quality you can trust, innovation you can feel. Grenco Science, take your vapor game to the next level. Visit us at GrencoScience.com.